Hi everybody. How y'all doing today? Hang on, let me put this on mute. Hang on. Okay. How y'all doing today? Well, as you can see, the pink cat is done. I think you can see it better on the side here. Yeah, there we go. Push it out a little bit. I bet you guys it's about as far back as I can get you. There you go. Anyhow, there's the pink cat. I finally got her done. As you can see, I finished her last night. So I gotta seal it and frame it. Now this is Winnie the Pooh. This is a center one. It's been sitting in my stash for I don't know, probably close to a year. Anyhow, I went to take the cover sheet off and ended up the cover sheet ripped. So anyway, I'm getting ready to start this, and this is not one that I'm going to be able to finish this month, okay? And the reason I say that is because of the fact is that this is a square diamond. It has 40 colors in it, and chances are I'll probably end up having to use a pair of tweezers on this thing. But anyway, it's Winnie the Pooh, and I think you can pretty much see it through the release papers. I had to put release papers on the whole thing because the cover sheet ripped. But that's all right. We'll get by. We'll get through it. And I had it already kitted up, right? And so I went ahead and I pulled it out, and I was looking at it, and I said, "Well, yeah, I could do that, for this Disney thing." And so I'm not going to be able. I know I'm not going to be able to get it finished, but at least it'll get started, okay? And so I'm going to start over here on this far corner, right over here, and we're going to work our way across. Okay, so let's kind of get started. Because, yeah, I kitted this thing up, oh, I don't know, it's quite a while back. And so I've got, ouch, as you can see, here's all the colors. And so we're going to try to get started here. I'm going to give it a shot anyway. So we have got, it's hard to see, it looks like number 8. Number 8. Okay. And so I'm going to have to scoot this over a little bit. That way you can see what I'm working on. Let's see. Get her in pretty close. Anyhow, and it's gonna when I do a square diamond painting, I always end up using a pair of tweezers, and I don't know why, but I do. So here we go. Get this around. There we go. How we doing? Yeah, that's all right. And unfortunately, these it's hard to do this. Come on, twist. once you get them started, I don't think I'll have too much trouble. The catch is just getting it started. Where is my... I am looking for my a diamond painting pen, and I can't find it. Oh, there it is. There she is. So you have to kind of, once you get the diamonds started, and you got it straight, it's not too much trouble. It's just getting it started and getting them straight. Then you got a straight line to follow, basically. There we go. But I think I'm going to have to lower this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That way I can kind of work with this a little bit. And, but like I said, I am not very good at doing squares. So I'm going to do the best I can. And hopefully it'll be okay. I know one of the squares that I did, one of the first ones I did, it was a cross, and oh, I tell you what, it took me forever to finish that one. And the reason for it is because it was a square, plus it had a lot of confetti in it. And so, anyhow, that doesn't look too bad. Could be worse, I guess. And so, like I said, chances of me getting done with this is very slim, to say the least. But it is very sticky. I wish the letters and stuff were a lot bigger. I'm gonna have to change to my other glasses and be able to see that way. Yeah, I gotta use the old magnifiers. Can you see those? Yeah, I'm gonna have to use those instead. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Problem is you got 8s and 9s right next to each other, and they are almost the same color. So the chances of me doing a lot of talking on this one is I'll try, let's put it that way. But doing a square, I really have to concentrate. You know, I did a huge square a long time ago, and it took a long time to do, and it was like a 40 by 60. It was pretty good size, and it was one of the first ones I ever did. But I finally got it done. But phew, it was a sunset, and it had a lighthouse, and it was really pretty. I've got it stuck in one of my books, and I hadn't really got a chance to really hang it up. So but it was one of my very first square ones I ever did. Yeah, this isn't going too bad. Yeah, because up here, on in here is nines, and then the eights go all the way across. So, and but I hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm kind of watching Miss Southern Belle. She's in, I think she's in Walmart, and she's checking out the diamond paintings. I've got the volume on mute, so I'm basically just kind of watching her. And yeah, she's looking at all the different diamond paintings. I checked out my own Walmart here in Lafayette, in the Chickamauga area, here in North Georgia. They didn't even have any diamond paintings. They didn't have not one. So the only thing I can figure is that is that people around this area don't buy diamond paintings. I don't know. All I know is that they don't have any. And I looked at the Dollar Tree. A lot of people saying the Dollar Tree had diamond paintings and stuff like that. Mine did. Ours doesn't. So we are out of luck. So the only place we can get it is at either Hobby Lobby or Michael's or online. So there we go. Let's do number 9. It's not that many of them, but we'll go ahead and do them. As you can see, it's a little bit different of a green. I don't know if you can tell that or not on the camera, but it just slightly different. It's a little bit lighter of the green. That wasn't bad. I'm not doing too bad. At least I'm keeping them straight. Sort of, kind of. The one thing I do like about the square diamond paintings is that they, I don't know, they just seem to have better detail than the rounds. So, but yeah, this is going to be slow going. This is not going to be something that I'm going to be able to do overnight, but that's all right. That's all right. It's a little bit more challenging than than a round. That's all. All right. Looks like I'm ready to move on to another color. Yeah, Miss Miss Southern Belle is doing one of her shopping sprees. And I think it said she's in Walmart. And it says Spooky Fun in Walmart is what it's called. And it was about 4 hours ago. So I'm getting it on the replay. Okay, 0. Alright, that would be number 24. Alright, number 24. Another green. Sorry if I'm not talking much, it's just that I'm having to pay attention. I was watching a bunch of different people this morning on YouTube, and I'm gonna have to get my hand brace here in just a second. My thumb is starting to hurt. And it doesn't look too bad. Main thing is you can get your diamonds straight the first time, okay, then you'll be all right. The catch is getting them straight the first time. Yeah, I didn't get to sleep until about, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock this morning. I just couldn't settle for some reason. Just restless. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to get some more. Let's see. Whoops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to bump you. Sorry about that. I'm looking. There we go. Looking for a little bit of wax. I hate it when the wax gets dropped onto the floor and then it gets these little specks of dirt and stuff. So, yeah. There we go. I keep banging my head against the camera. But all things considered, this isn't going to go too bad, I don't think. Yeah, my daughter had to work late last night. They had something like, I don't know, it was a couple of truckloads of chickens that they had to process. And then, and they didn't get home. She didn't get off till about 2 o'clock this morning. She got home about 2:30, 2:45. And that's really late for them. Because usually their shifts end about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And they ended up having to work a couple extra hours. But like she said, she can't complain too much because it is time and a half, so can't say I can't you can't blame her for that. Got a couple one right there. One right there. Okay. Alright. Yep, got those done. Yeah, but it looks like this is going to have a lot of quite a bit of confetti. It's not real noticeable until you start working it. And instead of having one color of green, um, you've got 3 or 4 colors of green. Okay. Alrighty. What color do we want now? I'm going to straighten it out a little bit. Yeah, they didn't get off work until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And that usually they don't work that late, but they did last night. Yeah. That's about the best I can do. Alright, let's go after let's do some M's. Get some M's up in here. M, number 22. Oop, ABs. Yeah, I tell you, this thing had 5 ABs in it. But it does. Oop. And anyhow, so yeah, I was looking at it just now, and it says it's got 40 colors, including 5 ABs. See, it been a while since I kitted this up, and so it so I didn't really look at it. But yeah, this one here is gonna take some concentration. So yeah, I took my hand brace off this morning to kind of give my hand a rest, and more than likely I'll be putting that hand brace back on here in a little bit. But I'm not going to do it right now. We'll just deal with, with the thumb hurting. That's where a couple of Advil will come in handy, or Tylenol, whichever. And see, that's the only thing I don't like about ABs is you end up using a lot of wax because it won't pick up. Come on, there we go. And because ABs are kind of hard to work with, or they've always have been for me. Get off there. And so, like I said, this one's probably gonna take a while. That's all right. I'll have fun while I'm doing it. It's a little bit more challenging. That's all. Mm. And yeah, I missed the motivational Monday. I didn't catch it until about 4 or 5 hours later. So, it will. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that hot yesterday, so I went and laid down for a while and fell asleep. And then, and then by the time I got up, I'd missed it. I was like a couple hours behind, and so I ended up having to watch it on the replay. Alrighty, it looks like that's done. What's the next one that we want to do? How about ends? Because there's quite a few of those. Number 23. But as you can see, they lay pretty nice and straight. Unfortunately, I would love to be able to do this. Like multi-placing. Unfortunately, I am not a multi-placer, so I have to do this one diamond at a time. That's okay. I'm not very fast at it, but you know what? It eventually does get done. But yeah, I finished the pink one, the pink cat, and I got about halfway through doing that diamond painting at the round of the lighthouse that I got just recently. I'm about halfway through that. So, and then I worked on, it's this one, it's called The Fish and the Cats. And what it is, it's an aquarium with a bunch of cats sitting there watching the fish. And then I worked on that for, I don't know, about an hour or so. And I got quite a bit done on that one too. And then what else did I work on? Oh, and then I did some cross stitching. Did a little bit of cross stitching. Not much. And then I worked on my quilt top for a little bit. Stitched on that. And so I was kind of busy last night. I was just I'm trying to get things done and, get some of these projects, at least put a dent in some of them. So, alrighty. We're getting there, little by little. Yeah. But as you can tell, this painting is very sticky. You can tell when I go to straighten, you can hear it, and which is fine. But this is one of the old center ones that I bought maybe 8, 9 months ago, a year ago, and it's been in my stash. I had kitted it up with the intent of doing it, and then got busy doing other stuff, and basically just forgot about it. Plus, on top of that, I knew how much uh, trouble it's going to be because it's a square, and so I kind of put it off a little bit. And then when I got to digging around and happened to find this one, find it, and with it being Pooh Bear, Disney and that kind of stuff, I figured, you know what, I'll go ahead and do this. So, Star, I think she's working on an Eeyore, I think. And then I decided to do Pooh Bear. I missed a couple of M's right there. So I'm going to have to go back and dig out some M's. You know, I'm not going to stay on here long because I'm having to concentrate a lot harder than I do on the rounds. And Miss Southern Belle, she's in the Walmart playing with the kids' toys, trying to find ones that make lots of noise. Um, she's a big kid at heart. And so, we didn't do, like I said, I didn't do much anything on the weekend. Pretty much stayed home and, kind of did some crafting and just kind of vegged out a little bit and that kind of thing. And because we don't have we don't have any big family get-togethers here because we don't have any big family. All of my family is living in Florida, and my daughter's family on my husband's side are pretty much non-existent. They live far away, and we don't never see them or talk to them. It's just, they were never, even when my ex-husband was alive, they weren't very close. The only times they ever saw each other was maybe on Christmas and at family funerals. And that's about it. So, yeah, they were never very close. But knowing the history of that family, now that you know, I'm not surprised. Let's put it that way. That family does not have a good history. Let's just put it that way. It's the type of family you just, they put. It was very dysfunctional. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even get to see. I don't see my brothers very often. I get them on talk to them through the internet. That kind of thing. Emails and stuff like that. But one lives in Fort Lauderdale and the other one lives in St. Petersburg, and that's a long way to go for a visit. So, yep, there's one. It's getting ready to say, I must have got them all. But I don't. I still got a few yet. And so, and we're not as close as we used to be. The glue that held us all together was my mom. She when she was alive, um, we all kind of kept in touch with each other. But after Mama passed, it was, I don't know, we just didn't have that. We didn't stay in touch very well. Anyhow, okay, I think we got all the ends. I think. Yeah. But while I'm sitting there thinking about it, this one. I'm gonna dig out a couple of these ABs that I missed. Just dig them right out of the container. There. Because I only missed a couple of them. Put these away. With it being on a tilt, if I set my pin down, it takes off on me. So, because it is a little bit on a tilt. There we go. There. Oh, goodness. We're doing pretty good. Let's do these L's, though. Let's see. What is L? Number 21. Ah, it's blue. Yeah, I'm waiting for a TV order to come in. It's supposed to be delivered today, but I'll believe it when I see it. Oh. Yeah, I got the girls laying over on the bed, and they're sleeping. They always take a nap at this time of the afternoon. Oh, come on. I ought to probably pull out that um, air pump um, pin and see if it works better on these squares. I don't know. I'll do that here in a little bit. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm not even sure where to put it, to be honest with you. Oh, there it is, right there in front of me. You just dig it out. It's charged and everything. Why not use it, right? Sorry about that. These um, magnifiers, they have a tendency to get in the way, to say the least. All right, let's turn this puppy on. Here we go. Let's see if that does a better job. You know what? I believe it does. But as you can see, it does the job. Yeah, because originally I did buy this with the idea of using it for square drills. You know, when I first purchased it. And does seem to be doing a good job. Picks up real good. And I don't have to fight with the wax on the AVs. That'll work. Yeah, I got the other design, but it's you have to. It has to stay plugged in all the time, or you can't use it. And it was just it was too big and bulky for for my hand. And so, yeah, I think I'm actually moving a lot faster with this than I am with the regular pen. Alrighty then. Because this is the first time I've used it on a square. Use it on a round rails, but not on a square. And this is pretty nifty. And this charge on this thing lasts a long time. When I first bought it, I think it said it lasts like 10 hours of diamond painting, consistent. You know, on a single charge. I thought, dang, that's pretty good. I think that's what it said. And it's not that loud. I don't think you can even hear it on the video. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue with this. This worked, and it seems to work a lot better than the other. It looks pretty good. Yep. Yeah. And it's lightweight enough. It's not as heavy as the other pens that I've got. You know. So it's a little bit easier on my thumb. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep using this. Can you hear the motor? Here. Can you hear it? And it's right up next to the phone. Yeah, I think I like this pen, especially working on these squares. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna finish up these L's, and then I think we're gonna get off of here. And I will continue to work on this, you know, and I'll watch some more videos. looking for any more L's. I don't see any more. I think there's one. The rest of them look like J's. One more here. Alrighty, I think we got it. No, yeah, we got them all. I don't want to have to move my sheet, you know, so, but I got all of the ones that I can reach without moving any done. That's cool. Oops. Put these away. And then I think we're going to bring this to a close because, like I said, I'm not able to really talk much because I'm having to concentrate. So, anyhow, there we go. Alrighty, well, we're going to close this and we're going to wish everybody a great day. Have a blessed day. And I'm going to pull you in kind of close. All right, hold on. That way you can see what it looks like. It looks pretty good. It's a little gappy, but not too much. You know, and that's up close. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Alrighty, well listen, y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day. Take care of each other. You know, take care of yourselves. And God bless you. Love one another as Jesus has loved you. And we will see you later. Okay? Bye-bye.